Hello, Deacon Darrell here, and I'm here to share another reflection with you on Holy Week. So today I want to talk about a couple of images that were done by a couple of names that you'll recognize. We'll start back in the 16th century with St. John of the Cross, the great Carmelite mystic and doctor of the church. At one point, St. John was asked by St. Teresa of Avila to come to the convent and be the confessor for the sisters. And while he was there, he had a vision. And in this vision, he saw an image of Jesus on the cross from the point of view of God the Father. So St. John quickly scampered for a piece of paper, anything that he could find, and he found a little small scrap about 2 inches by 2 1/4 inches in size. And he grabbed his pencil and he sketched out the vision that he saw. Here, John sees Jesus hanging on the cross at the very moment that he gives up his spirit, the moment of death. He depicts with accuracy a very emotional Jesus with dislocated shoulders and arms. His hands are torn by the nails that are holding him to the cross. And his body is hanging forward, limp and dead. He looks like he's ready to fall. Now this sketch still exists. It's still in the possession of the sisters at the convent in Avila, Spain. Now in 1950, several centuries later, Salvador Dali, which Salvador at that time was, if not the most famous artist in the world, he's one of them. Definitely the most famous of all the artists in Spain at the time. And Salvador had a conversion. He was a cradle Catholic, he'd fallen away, and in 1950 he had this profound reversion back to the Catholic faith. And he was shown this little sketch that John of the Cross had done by one of his Carmelite friends. So after witnessing that, he has a vision of his own one night. And it inspires him also to sketch out, and he actually does a beautiful painting of what he envisioned in this vision of Jesus hanging on the cross. But his vision is a little different than what John of the Cross experienced, where John of the Cross sees the defeated Jesus on the cross. What Salvador Dali sees is the victorious Jesus. Jesus is suspended above a great bay. In the bay are 5 mountains on the horizon. And each of these mountains or islands actually represents one of the continents of the world. So in this image, Salvador sees Jesus as the center of all things, the center, the part of creation. Everything comes from him. So that's what's revealed in Salvador's image. Both images from God's point of view, God the Father's point of view. So inspired by this, I was thinking, how would our lives change if we could see ourselves through the eyes of God the Father? How different would we live out our lives if we had that perspective? Now, to see ourselves in the Father's point of view, we must first understand that our cross, not as an instrument of torture, but as an instrument of grace. It's through our crosses that we enter into solidarity with Jesus Christ. It's through our crosses that we enter into solidarity with each other, especially our brothers that are suffering. And we all know today we're going through as a nation and as a world a great time of suffering. So we need to embrace our crosses to understand theirs. So through the cross, we become less apathetic to what's going around and more empathetic to the cause of our brothers. So through the cross, we enter into Christ's sufferings, and he enters into ours. Thank you, and God bless you. Amen.